This is an anonymous coaching conversation with Y, talking about his challenge to kickstart his software development project and craft a lifestyle around his passions. We are exploring themes like creative entrepreneurship, responsibility, fear, accountability, positive reinforcement, and more. Stay tuned to learn more about how coaching works and explore those themes together. Welcome creators, artists, smart professionals, and all those ready to take action and create a passion-centered lifestyle. This is another episode of the Creative Action Podcast. I'm your host, Bruno Flo. I dedicate my entire life to the mastery of my craft. From producing video games, music albums, and films, to creating websites, business projects, and marketing strategies. I'm also a martial artist, long-term meditator, and professional coach. Listen, I have new spots available for you to have a free one-on-one clarity session with me. Go to brunoflow.com/clarity to save your spot. This is for you if you want to realize your creative vision in a faster, predictable, and supported way. I will help you gain clarity on your ultimate goals, your current challenges, and their possible solutions. Of course, if you're a good fit, I will tell you more about my service and answer any questions you may have about it. Go right now to brunoflow.com/clarity and secure your spot. Now, let's go back to the episode. How is it going, man?
Hello. I'm doing great. I'm really doing great right now. I'm happy and excited about the coaching session, and I'm very hopeful. Yes.
Oh man, yeah, me too. I'm super excited. And first of all, I want to say thank you because you trust me from the beginning, and basically we know each other from internet, and that means a lot. For me, it means a lot that you are trusting and you are opening yourself. We had a bit, we chat a little bit before about your own process of growth and everything, but yeah, we are now doing this step of doing a coaching session. That is, we still don't know if this is going live. We still don't know it, but maybe yes.
No, we hope not.
If you are hearing this, it's because this is going live. We are going to decide this at the end of the session.
I must say that I love the fact that you actually combine the word of creative and entrepreneur. It's just like you're just saying that creativity is not just for people who do art, but people who actually like start businesses, because you can consider it a business or like starting something systematic, something that in the end serves a purpose in this world system. Then it's kind of also a creative process, which I kind of find impressive. Yes.
I love it. I love that. Yeah, exactly. That's why I like that word also, because in my case, I feel really identified with that, because when my whole life, I identify myself as an artist, mostly, my whole life. And at some point, I recognized that this label was limiting me. Because, okay, an artist, what does he do? Okay, an artist is a performer. An artist is a person that is recording in a studio. But art is everywhere. Art is... I see art everywhere. In my case,
I do.
Yes, entrepreneurship also has a lot of art for me. I think it's like it's art, very highly complex kind of building you do, and you had to design it, and you had to do a lot of work. So yes, we are in this road of creating something. This is creative action we are doing here. So
always.
Yes, always. So.
I think even like the people who don't feel like they are creating something, or like they don't have like this mentality, or they are not conscious about the fact that they are artists, or that they are creators. They actually creating somehow in an unconscious way.
When I thought of the name of the podcast, which I think is cool to say it here, because when I did my coaching training, they gave me a very cool concept about responsibility. That you have 3 levels of responsibility. The responsibility will be your ability to respond, in some sense, no? That will be like the definition of responsibility. Your ability to generate response to whatever is it that is happening around you. So there are 3 levels. First level...
Interesting if you see it that way.
It's cool, I like it. First level is reactive responsibility. In reactive responsibility, you are reacting to your environment. You are reacting to whatever is happening to you, It's like you are the human fire extinguisher. You are like dealing with fires all the time. You are not in control of the situation. You are reacting. That will be the first level.
Yes.
Second level, proactive responsibility. In proactive responsibility, you are predicting the problems. You are not only reacting. You are, okay, maybe if tomorrow this is happening, maybe I need to first prepare today and whatever. And the third level is creative responsibility. In creative responsibility, you are not reacting anymore. You are creating something new. It's like another level of being able to influence or build stuff in the world. So that will be like the creative action will be for me like that point in which you are able to create and you are not dealing with the reactivity or with not being in control of your situation. You are dealing with other kind of problems. That's what I was thinking when I first thought about the name of this podcast. But okay, enough is enough. Let's start with this coaching conversation. First of all, what I want to ask you, if you could have it any way you wanted in, let's say, 90 days, in 3 months, you have like a magic wand and you could have it any way you wanted, what would you like to achieve?
Do you want like the starting from the beginning or starting from the end? Like, do you want like the point from the end or from the beginning?
Yeah, like the final picture, like in 90 months, and
Final
you have
picture.
the best 90 months, sorry, 90 days, 90 months is a lot. The best possible outcome in 90 days. What would it be for you?
Realistically or unrealistically?
A little bit unrealistically.
Unrealistically.
Mm.
Absolutely, yeah. Then I'll go for, I have already established the Kickstarter, and I of the company of actually offering applications as a software applications as solutions problem solvers for people in our generations as a private users, or as well as for businesses that they are looking for apps as in Android, or an app in iOS. Um, yeah, as a solution for their problem, like going from using the computers as a solution, as a tool to run those softwares to help find the solutions for those problems that businesses have, and starting using actually the iPhone and the mobile phones to solve those solutions, where you can actually solve those solutions and have access to the information like immediately on the go, immediately on the mobile phone.
Okay.
In the most easiest sense and the easiest way. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So you will be kickstarting a company and actually offering apps, solving problems for people and business in Android and iOS or whatever. So, how does it look? I mean, I understand that you will be kickstarting a company and everything. How would it look? What would be you doing in a normal day? In example, in this 90 after these 90 days.
You're asking about what I'm supposed to do to actually reach this in 90 days.
No, you're reached. Let's imagine that you reached that this
I reached
vision or
that
whatever.
goal. What's after that?
No. How would it? How does it look at that precise point? What kind of activities are you doing? Where are you? I don't know.
Well,
What kind of like what kind of transport you use? Where do you live? I don't know. That kind of thing.
okay, so it's simple. I think like waking up, as I actually as well do right now. I wake up at 6 o'clock as usual, and then do like the training and the sport training that I do, and then if it's jogging or fitness, and then go back and just start working on the company, or like the works on the task that I have in hand.
Mm-hmm.
and until, let's say, 16 o'clock or 17 o'clock. So that would be like 7, 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then after that would be basically going back to the hobbies that kind of refill my energy and refill
Mm.
my passion, my creativity. And yes,
Perfect.
and those hobbies can be between video games and like actually playing drums or listening to music or actually playing some rhythms to the music that I listen to. Yeah.
Mm.
Or yeah.
Perfect, man. Okay, I get it. I get
What I
it.
do, I think that that's it for my hobby. Oh, there is sometimes football training on
Ah,
Tuesday and Thursday, but let's just mm, keep that as a hobby as well.
okay, okay. Okay, so we have like a picture of where you want to go, and we could say that you are not there right now. You are at a different place. Where are you at right now?
It's actually, in comparison, it's really far away because
Mm,
between the steps, between actually the place where I am right now and where I want to be and where I am right now, there's like a huge gap
mm,
between basic things that has to be fulfilled
mm,
and to be able to actually even start the Kickstarter.
mm,
And let's say, yeah, right now is financially probably unstable. Maybe um, the living place is unstable.
mm,
Um, we need a job to actually also finance those things
mm,
to be able to, in the end, like save a lot of money until I am being able to work independently
mm,
for a year or two, to be able to actually finance my project
mm,
in the time that I have. Um, there's a lot of certification that I am working on right now until I am able to actually move on with those projects.
mm,
Like the app the app idea that I am working on right now is basically just a software and that is as a project for the certification that I'm gonna get
ah,
for the training ship that I did the last 3 years as a software development.
ah,
So in the last 3 years, I have done the training ship for 3 years, and now it's like basically the last, how do you call it? The last project to deliver so I can get the certification in return.
okay, so you are finishing the certification.
Yes. And after finishing, there's a lot of plans. I share my plans with my family. I share my plans with the people around me, the friends around me, and they all motivated and they feel like the potential of the idea that I have and stuff. But they also like for some reason, which is like I don't fully understand, but I kind of also understand and I kind of relate to it a bit, that they would love to actually for me to actually start studying after the training ship that I did, studying also in a university the software development, and be able to gain more knowledge about the topic before like I actually start something serious.
Hmm.
So therefore I am actually also working on my German language certification for me to be able to for it to be enough for me to be able to study in the next upcoming semester as a software developer or as a computer engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. So what I'm getting out of this is like if you, in the case that we want to create a business on a software development business in 3 months, with this current roadmap you have, it would be not possible.
Exactly.
Mm.
Realistically, I mean, let's say it depends. Like, is it possible? Is it to actually? I mean, if it is possible, if I go like all risk, all I take all the risk.
Mm.
I kind of like um just like not do all the things that I'm doing, and I just focus my energy and my time only for building this Kickstarter.
Mm.
And if I do that, then it's a huge risk, because there is those things has to be done, has to be finished, at least like the German certifications, and the final project that I'm doing, and I have to deliver. These has to be done for sure. And I'm not saying that I'm not delivering it, and I am already like actually 80% of the project done that I have to deliver. And there's just, oh, and what's left is just actually the question, probably, if I want to uh, study or not study. If I choose to study, then this kind of project is gonna uh, be postponed for like another 3 or 4 years. And if
Mm.
I don't study, then I can like actually say, um, yeah, I can say like, okay, I'm gonna focus all my time and my energy on actually creating this Kickstarter, and
Mm.
maybe it's gonna fail, maybe it's not gonna fail, maybe I will know how to manage it, maybe I will not know how to manage it.
Mm.
And this is all like questions also of whether you have the right people to connect with, whether the right people see the same vision that you have.
Mm.
Um, there's a lot of intriguing like topics and thoughts that it can be very tricky to actually reach the
Mm.
point that I am reaching, because it's also in Germany, and Germany is like a land of bureaucracy,
Mm.
and it's a lot of knowledge that I don't know, um, that I have to learn,
Mm.
in a way or another, beside the financial situation. So finding a job is
Mm.
essential as well. So and a job is basically 40 hours a week, which is going to take a lot of my time and a lot of my energy for me to be able to save enough money to so realistically,
Mm.
it's not possible to actually do this in 90 days.
Okay, it's like so it sounds like you are doing a certification, you're almost finishing the certification,
Hmm.
and at the same time you are having financial stability, your living place is unstable. There are basic things that need to be fulfilled first, it seems.
Hmm.
And you say that this German certification and final project has to be done. This study of German and final project, you had to do it. So this is a constraint, is something that you cannot bypass. So this has to
Exactly.
happen before the business.
Exactly.
Okay. And you talk about risks. You mentioned the word risk. So
Yes.
what will be the risk if I think you mentioned the risk in relationship to not doing this German certification and final project, was that was risky for you?
Yes.
And
Yeah. I
what
mean,
is
this
the
is
risk of
a
not doing it?
is the risk of not do what so the risk, if I don't do this,
Hmm.
then basically, um first of all, I wasted 3 years of like the last
Hmm.
trainingship without actually a certification that kind of proves that I've done this trainingship.
Hmm.
um Secondly, the German certification, there's no risk in general.
Hmm.
There's only the risk of actually not being qualified enough to
Hmm.
actually fulfill those roles. and that's a question that it's hard to answer actually, because
Mm,
in our world where like knowledge is always open on the internet, when you can do your own research, when you can find and learn about like specific topics and exactly the topics that you actually need and essential. It's a hard question
mm,
to say, like, do you actually need the right qualifications, or do you need, or is it enough for you to do your own research and do your own learning process on your own without actually having a university saying to you that, hey, um, you have finished your studies and you deserve a certification, and now after the certification you are qualified to be a mature person who can,
mm,
like, I don't know, start his own business. And like these also like kind of gratification systems seems
mm,
to me a bit like fishy, but at the same time is like, this is how it works. I mean, it's a lot of about status as well. It's like,
mm,
if I want to go and connect with people, they wouldn't like take me seriously as much as a person who's like has done like a doctorate, or like who has done a master degree, or who has finished his studies.
mm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there's a lot about like these topics as well. Yes.
Okay, so we explore where would you love to be in 90 days, and also we explore a bit of the current situation you're at right now, the current roadmap you have in your mind, and all the different, I say constraints, but I don't know what you get what I'm saying with that, or different
Yeah.
details of the situation. So, how this coaching session will be, how can I help you on this right now on this session? What will be super useful for you to move faster or move more clearly towards this desired place you want to get?
I think it's the coaching session is a lot about like actually not just like saying this is the right thing or this is the wrong thing. It's actually also like a lot about like sharing your story and being able to share your story with someone who can trust you, or who actually believes in your abilities of actually achieving those things, and someone who can maybe reflect with you about the topic and go with you with this journey that actually just like, um, I don't know if you know what I mean, but
Mm,
it's a more of a place to actually share those thoughts
mm-hmm,
and can be connected with them, so they don't lose the value if like something happens
mm,
in the meanwhile. Like, for example, we talked about like actually, the I sent you a message on Instagram saying like, let's it's hard to actually focus on the bigger picture and at the same time
mm,
focus on the small details. And this is like what happens, because I want to have a bigger picture. I
mm,
want to always be connected with the bigger picture. But if I'm connected with the bigger picture, I kind of lose the focus of the details and the work that has to be done in the same moment,
ah,
at the same second. So and if I get stuck in the bigger picture, I don't
mm,
do the work in the small details. And if I get stuck in the small details, then I kind of like get too deep in the small details that I
mm,
actually forget about the small picture. It's kind of like you get numbed inside
mm,
inside those tasks that you do every day,
mm,
and it kind of creates a loop that you kind of forget about the bigger picture.
mm,
And for me, it's like the coaching session is important because it's a reminder. It's like going to this person who knows you, who knows your story, who knows your passion, who knows the struggle that you're going through, who knows all the work that you're going through, and says like, maybe like an update. It's like, hey, how is it going?
mm,
How is um like how has it been to actually, what kind of task have you worked on? What how far are you on the road?
Hmm.
Do you think that you will be achieving this or achieving that? And
Hmm.
it's also about like this kind of discussions, this kind of like uh, 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 what do you say, chance or opportunity to actually talk about these topics also
Hmm.
is a really, really good way to manifest
Hmm.
those dreams inside of you. And hey, and this is
Hmm.
I feel like, I don't know, more than this, I cannot find a better reason, because like this
Hmm.
is really, really essential to kind of like manifest your dreams inside of yourself, but also manifest the dreams and the world around you.
Okay. Okay, so it seems that you see value in the coaching conversation because you can share your thoughts. You can also share them with a person you trust that is keeping you, let's say, let's use the words accountable towards your goals and everything. And you
Exactly.
need
Yeah.
that. You think it's something useful for you, and you think also it helps you to manifest those thoughts that maybe you have hidden in your mind, and sharing them helps you to actually put them into action, I suppose, or making them those dreams happen. Actually, am I right? I'm on the same page.
Exactly. Exactly. It's about so much about manifesting those thoughts and the role and the world around you, like going around and
Hmm.
not just like actually keeping it to yourself and maybe like saying, I'm gonna do this and I will be able to do this, but actually going like, as it's crazy as it sounds, like to the on the road and like give up flyers, like here's the thing that yes Shahud is doing, I guess, I don't know,
Hmm.
but just like in a really weird example, it's actually manifesting those ideas in the world itself. It's like telling the world about
Hmm.
the idea that you want to do.
Okay.
And kind of, and as you said, it's kind of puts you in a place of accountability that we own this accountability to the world, to our words, to the thoughts that we had, and
Hmm.
sharing those thoughts and making them into words kind of is a really powerful tool. So I
Okay.
would like to use that if
Good. Good.
and at the first step here, and a second step anywhere between my friends, between my
Hmm.
family, between the people who are interested in the things that I want to do,
Hmm. Okay.
who,
I
who
will.
people who find value in the things that I want to do. Yes.
Sorry. Sorry. I got on top of you. No. I will. I will rephrase the question. So if let's say that this coaching conversation is by some reason it's life changing for you. Let's say like let's imagine that something happens in this coaching conversation that you get out of this coaching conversation saying, "Oh my god, okay, this was super useful." What would you need to happen in this coaching conversation to say it was successful 100%? I'm trying to set up a goal for this coaching conversation, specifically this moment we are sharing here.
It's hard,
I know.
because
That's why I ask.
because because I think to be honest, it's hard to answer this question. Like, it either does happen or it either doesn't happen. And it's not like something you can influence. And
Mm.
when you had teachers in your life before. I don't know how about like the teachers you told me about all the training you've done in a different country about fighting training, I think.
Coaching training?
No, not coaching training,
Ah.
the fighting training.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, you tell me,
Hmm.
how what was a coach for you back then? What was his role? How was like how did he help you like reach the point you wanted to reach in the actual topic of fighting, for example?
I will because I could answer you that question, but that would take us out of the scope of this coaching conversation because that's my
Yes,
personal experience. And
I
what
think
I
my answer is basically just saying, I think it either happens or it doesn't happen. But I
okay.
have I have I have I have like a kind of vision of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but it's like uh, I cannot force it. It either is or isn't.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have anything under your control to make this coaching conversation move you forward towards this goal you want? There is nothing you can do right now.
From my side, absolutely.
Mm.
I think
Take your time, because obviously
mhm, mhm.
it's not probably it's not straightforward, and just thinking about this is what coaching is about.
Maybe actually mentioning some of the problems that I am facing probably like would be
Okay,
would be like a lot of help. Some
okay.
of the problems that I am facing where it's like putting me on hold or like on a blockage
Mm,
of actually moving forward. And maybe
mm,
like it doesn't have to be like moving forwards towards like this end goal of actually starting a company that about this kickstarting a company,
mm.
but moving actually towards like the next step, let's say,
Okay,
you know.
okay.
And this is one of this is something that is would be very beneficial to me if I am able to actually discuss those problems with you. Yeah,
Okay, excellent. So it sounds like you are putting yourself on hold, or you feel like in a blockage. Um, so if this coaching conversation helps you to get out of this blockage, this will be a super helpful conversation for you.
absolutely. Yes.
Okay, okay. You want to make that the goal of this conversation? Get out of
I
the
feel like
blockage.
it's a very sensible goal, and if I can reach that and today and tomorrow is a better day, it's a huge actual help. Yes,
Okay, I like it. Okay, okay, okay. Let's focus on that. Then I will focus on getting yourself out of this blockage. We're going to work on that. So
I love that. Yes.
yeah, okay. That's why I'm asking for your goal,
Yeah,
because
I didn't know like where you're actually going with the question, so I
okay,
was
okay.
I was wondering,
Mm,
but because we were talking too much about also like the general aspect,
mm.
and I was kind of like not sure about like the answer you want to hear, but
No,
and in
no.
this case, of course, like the we have to understand that like reaching like I mean you're not gonna be like the magic wand who's gonna like create this company and be like abracadabra and then the company is there and it's like as I mentioned also like sometimes we dream too big but like we have to kind of also be at the same time very realistic and see like the life and look at the life in its real situation and we have to start from that point like we have to start from the point where what is life right now and how we can change it from at that moment.
Okay, okay. So the goal of the conversation is to get you out of this blockage. So what
Mhm.
is this blockage for you? How do you experience it right now?
It's a blockage of actually it's kind of like it's like when you touch very hot water
Hmm.
and you touch it once and it burns you
Hmm.
and then and then
Yeah, I
you
know.
don't want to touch it again
Okay.
so it doesn't burn you and you're like I really want to touch it, I have to touch it, but it's like I don't know.
We have
Yeah.
a saying in Argentina, I don't know if it's in Spanish or in Argentina, cuando te quemas con leche, ves una vaca y lloras. It means when you get burned by touching hot milk, then you see a cow and you cry. Something like that. Because you remember you burned from the hot milk.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Oh
okay, I
yes.
get you. Okay, and what's the cow here? Because you're saying this, you remember you got burned. I don't know from what. Well, what happened?
Um, what burned me, or what's the cow? I have to understand first this reference. So,
Hmm.
the cow is like mm, the one that made the milk. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe
Uh,
strange, maybe strange metaphor. Okay.
okay, but it's like
Hmm.
what burned me basically having too much responsibility on my hands. And putting myself in responsible for things that I cannot be responsible about yet.
Hmm.
And it's like when responsibility burns you,
Hmm.
then you're just like running away from
Hmm.
responsibilities.
Okay. And how is this impacting you right now? I mean, you have a blockage. The blockage is that you cannot take more responsibility. That will be the blockage.
It's actually almost like it's like not just taking any, it's about not more responsibility, it's about any kind of responsibility. That's also like
Oh.
kind of the problem as well. It's like
Mm.
you start running away from everything.
Mm.
Like even the smallest things.
Mm.
Like yes.
Mm. Okay, so we have this blockage in this session. What would be good
Mhm.
to happen with this blockage? How can we work with this?
I thought that maybe just doing the thing,
Mm.
would kind of help. But I fall down again when I just do it, and I kind of like I am the kind of person who basically just forces himself. It's like
Mm.
you don't have energy, do it,
Mm.
just do it. But it's not like this. It's because when you do it and you don't have like this desire to do it, then you kind of do it really bad, and then you look at the work you've done and you're like,
Mm.
it's not what you want to do, and it's not the things that you are trying to reach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be one
it's
option. Just doing the thing.
Yeah, but it's
Mm.
not it's not. It's like then we said like we need a desire,
Okay.
and and the question is like you have yeah the desire have to like get over the fear of the responsibility.
Okay. So you're
So
experiencing fear.
fear of responsibility, yes.
Mm. Okay.
It's like not a fear. Yeah. I don't know if you can call it a fear, but
Mm.
it's if there's a different word, maybe, but I don't know a different
No, but
word.
I get you. I get you. Let's say it's fear. I don't know. Maybe it's not
Yes.
fear like seeing a ghost, but hmm.
Um, yeah.
Okay.
So the desire has to like be way above the fear of responsibility. And it's
Okay.
either by increasing the desire so high, but
Hmm.
desires can be also like realistically to a certain level,
Hmm.
and or like actually removing the fear uh,
Hmm.
from like the gap between fear and desire has to be like very huge,
Ah.
and it's like you have to have like the desire like very very high,
Hmm.
or like the fear, and it's like the best you have to like kind of like the desire is there, and like there's a huge desire as well, and
Hmm.
that's not what's missing. So I can it's
Okay.
like that's what I'm facing right now. It's like the desire is there,
Hmm.
and the desire is very high, so it doesn't like kind of like it doesn't go unrealistically
Hmm.
higher. So what happens is like what happens is like I have to minimize like the fear, and like I have to work with the fear more than the desire.
Okay. That's great. So.
Actually, to actually like lower the level of the fear and kind of like calm it down
Hmm.
until like it's actually rested in a really peaceful place, and
Oh.
then maybe that place is like where it should be like there and just like settling,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when I look at my desire, and that's where I can see like the desire being like burning very high or something. I don't
Okay.
know. Did it make
No,
sense?
yes,
I
yes.
kind of like I was.
It sounds like the problem here is not like you don't have any desires because we talk about the desires you have, and it seems they are very clear. Maybe it's more about the fear, and the challenge will be to diminish that fear so you can actually get out of the blockage.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Okay, great. So, okay, so you are on this blockage right now. You are running away from responsibility. What are you exactly running away from?
Exactly, like things that can be like very simple actually,
Mm,
like very simple tasks. Do you want to know like exactly about the simple task?
yes.
Let's say like I am at the finish of my project,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a couple of tasks, like they're very small tasks that has to be done.
Mm,
And I don't feel, not because I can't and not because I don't have the desire. I
mm.
just don't really try to touch the app anymore. It's like I don't come close to it.
Okay.
Even though like it's very easy to fix, it's very easy to um yeah.
Mm. Okay. So it means that exactly right now you're running away from doing some kind of tasks in your projects,
Mhm.
and that is putting you on hold because if you are not doing those tasks, you are not finishing your projects. And is this happening in any other area in your life right now?
No, it's actually just like the tasks that are kind of connected with me in myself on its own, because
Ah.
when tasks are kind of connected with people or with accountabilities,
Mm.
then I kind of tend to do it way more easier.
Ah.
But I think maybe it's yeah, and when it's just me
Mm.
with the task on my own, then I find it very struggling to actually finish the work that I am doing.
Okay. So you have fear of responsibility, let's say, when it is about an action that is purely about you.
Yes, when it's an action that is between me and no other people.
Between me and me. Writing it.
Between me and myself.
I like it.
Between me and myself, I think it's a better way
Okay.
to say it.
Okay. Okay, so we're in this coaching session right now. You're on this blockage. There's this fear that it seems it happens when it's an action about you and yourself and not about you and someone else.
Yes.
And this is only happening in these cases. What kind of things have you tried until this moment?
Nothing. Honestly, nothing.
Ah.
Like I haven't reached this point yet to actually reach to this like conclusion that actually I mean I've reached this conclusion before,
Mm-hmm.
but it kind of like worked itself out, you know. It kind of like fixed itself without actually like doing too much. It took its time. It
Mm-hmm.
took like a bit of patience. It took like a lot of like discipline. It took about a lot of like trying to force myself
Mm-hmm.
into doing these stuff because you know just do it mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But I never actually thought about a solution after this point. I think like and the first solutions that I'm facing right now are like the first, let's say, another conclusion that I am reaching right now is
Mm-hmm.
you said something about accountability is
Mm-hmm.
like and maybe that's also connected because when you are with other people, people can make you accountable for the actions that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are with yourself, it's like nobody's there to actually make you accountable other than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is now maybe like, I don't know if you have an answer to it or if I have an answer to it. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, how do you make yourself accountable?
How do you make yourself accountable right now?
How do I make myself accountable? I don't know. I actually don't know. How do other people make me accountable?
Ah, yeah, because other people, yes, make you accountable, but you don't make yourself accountable.
Yeah, I thought maybe I can make myself accountable the same way other people makes me accountable for
Mm.
for the actions that I do. And
Yeah,
basically, maybe it's like I don't know. Yeah,
it's
say.
crazy because you mentioned before when you were talking about your actions, you talk about actions between you and others and between you and yourself. It's like there is this
Yeah,
like you talk like yourself as another entity. You are making yourself accountable. It's like no, it's like you are making yourself accountable to others or making yourself accountable to yourself. It's just something that made me curious.
yeah, because you have like your body and your actions that
Hmm.
your body does, and you have the mind that actually tells you like things about those actions, you
Hmm.
know. And sometimes it's like the mind who is doing the actions. I don't know.
Hmm.
You piqued my interest in this question.
And is this related to the goal of this conversation? Because the goal of the conversation is get you out of your blockage, to get out
I
of the
think
fear.
I think that's what I'm saying. I'm what we are trying to do right now is actually trying to find a solution of why I am not being accountable when
Okay.
it comes to actions about actions that I am doing on my own. That's like what I meant by between me and myself. It's about
Yes.
actions that I am doing on my own without the what do you call it? Like the overview of somebody else,
Mm.
over somebody watching over me. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. 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 I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit confused because you say to me
Yes.
that for you it was important to get out of the blockage caused by fear, and
Yes.
then we start talking about accountability, and that you find that this is super helpful because you realize that if you are not accountable to yourself, maybe that's the reason you are not taking action, and maybe that's what takes you out of this blockage, being accountable to yourself. So maybe the goal, or maybe the focus, maybe it is more about how to make yourself how to make you accountable to yourself, or maybe we need to or is it handling this fear problem, this blockage problem, you being accountable to yourself? You think this will move you forward, or maybe it's another different goal for the coaching? We need to change the goal. I'm not really sure about that.
I think like both accountability and fear has a role. Like you cannot say like this as much as like this is one of them is the main reasons. It's
Mm,
always like I always see it in a percentage. It's like maybe it's like 20% the fear is holding me back.
mm,
Maybe it's like 80% the fear. Maybe it's like 80% accountability. Maybe like there's also like 10% of like I don't know, just
mm,
other stuff, like the other stuff, other reasons that are not on the table right now. But like
mm,
I find like fear is not something that blocks me too much. But maybe reaching the point of like saying fear is actually one of the reasons
mm,
is a very important, because maybe for me it's probably like let's say 40% of the
mm,
reason, if we just want to take how much accountability, how much fear is playing a role and how much accountability playing a
mm,
role. And I would say like probably just 60%, or like it varies,
mm,
like I cannot be
mm.
precise about these
Okay, of course.
estimations. But like I think I can deal with the fear on my own. So I find like if we can change the goal to actually being making learning how to actually make myself accountable to the actions,
Mm,
then I can achieve the same results that I
mm,
achieve around people.
mm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Because I'm very productive when it comes around people, when it comes to
Ah.
people communication, when it comes like I am working when people see my work. you know.
Oh,
And
that's big, I
then
think. No, that's a big
yeah,
understanding we have right now. Hmm.
yes, and then actually, if I make if and you mentioned is because people make me accountable for the actions that I do. People
Hmm.
make me responsible for the
Hmm.
for the actions I do in a very different ways. It
Hmm.
makes me it makes me they make me responsible in the actions that I do right, and
Hmm.
they make me responsible for the actions that I do wrong.
Hmm.
Okay, so when I do something good, I see it in the eyes of the other person. I see it. I
Hmm.
see their smile. I see their eyes
Hmm.
brighten up. I see it how it influenced them. I see how it makes them smile.
Hmm.
I see how it makes them happy, motivated, inspired. And when I see when I talk about like people with yeah, and sorry. Yeah, and
Hmm.
when I do bad stuff, when I do bad stuff, then I see also the reaction on other people. I see like,
Hmm.
oh, they are not so happy about it. They are a bit disappointed. They make me accountable.
Hmm.
People kind of are mirror the actions that you do. So we are
I
now
have a
at the
question.
point.
Can I
Yes,
ask? Sorry, maybe I
yes.
just interrupted because of the lag. So, are you afraid of responsibility when it comes to other people?
No, no.
Okay.
No, this is the point where I'm like,
So okay,
where
that changed everything,
yeah,
I
this is
think.
this is I think this is where what happened in my brain. I'm not
Yes,
afraid
yes.
of responsibility of other people. I'm only afraid of the responsibility that I am when I am on my own.
Ah, no, I
So this
get
is
it.
this is
Hmm.
the this is what happened in my brain right now, and
Okay.
saying, okay, I have maybe to find a reason why I am like this with other people and why I am like this
Yes.
on my own.
Hmm.
And then I got the idea, okay, maybe it's actually because people make me accountable for the actions that I do.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yes.
And because you mentioned like before, I don't know when, but you mentioned like the word accountable,
Hmm.
and that like struck me a bit,
Ah.
like it kind of like gave me like the light bulb
Oh.
action. And and
Good.
then I thought maybe it's one of the reasons. It's like
Hmm.
it's like a gratification system, but
Hmm.
not just a gratification system. It just also like some kind of like um punishment system, if you want to
Of
say it
course.
like
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this, reinforcement
Hmm.
somehow. And
Reinforcement. Hmm.
reinforcement and this is what I'm missing in my on my own when I am working with my own task, with my own creative work that has to
Oh.
do with me and only me.
So it means that if we can figure out, I don't know, a basic way of generating this reinforcement by yourself, you will be on the right track with whatever is it that you
Absolutely.
want to achieve in 3, 6, 1 year, 10 years from now on, with
Absolutely.
business or whatever.
A reinforcement system
Okay.
sounds like a very
Hmm.
uh reasonable
Yes.
thing.
How can we create a basic reinforcement system to test, like the next week? Something you
Reasonable.
try and you see how you feel, you see if it works, if it doesn't work. Something
Do you
easy.
have a I don't know. Can I try your reinforcement system?
My reinforcement. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe I can give you
What
a
do you
few
do?
ideas. You want? I can give you a
Yeah,
few ideas. I can get out of the coaching role a little bit and give you a few ideas. When you talk about reinforcement system, it's I feel like I think about gaming,
AI.
gamification. AI. Oh no, no, I didn't think about AI, but gamification. When you play a video game and you see the score, like you're playing Mario and you see the score, you are getting more scores because you are getting the coins and whatever, and you feel motivated. You go, oh yeah, the number is going up. Or you're playing, I don't know if you play MMORPGs, or those kind of games
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Okay, well, you level up and you are very motivated to go and kill the monsters because you are leveling up and you can get new equipment, and that's super motivating and you are addicted to that. So that's like the kind of thing that, in my case, I try to simulate in some way. For some people, it is about money. For some people, they see their money going up and they feel motivated and they want to get more money. For me, it's not like that. It's not my main focus, the money, to be honest. Um, but it's like, what could be a thing that motivates you, like something that motivates you and give you some kind of reinforcement when you are doing things the right way. What I do, basic stuff, to-do lists. Is maybe you are doing this, but I don't know. I'm not sure if you are actually doing them in a daily basis. It's like I start my day. Okay, what I want to achieve this day. Okay, boom, 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 and I write everything. And then I start. It's super stupid what I'm saying, but it's very simple. But the feeling I have when I'm striking through the tasks or whatever that I propose to do for myself is a super good feeling. But I'm not really sure if you have tried this before. Maybe yes. Um, but
Interesting.
no. Also, what I do is I score myself each week. I have a scoring system I have for myself. It is a bit complex. It's part of what I teach, like a whole scoring system
Really?
for.
You have a scoring system?
Yes, every week. In fact, after this conversation, I had to do my scoring. I have a weekly scoring, planning, and review. I do every week to check my
For
goals.
yourself?
Exactly. Yes, to make sure I'm on the right track and I writing notes and everything. So if I see I'm starting to fall a little bit out of my goals or whatever, I can see it in a week, in a weekly time window. It's not more than that. Or maybe if I see 2 weeks, yeah, like 2 weeks having the same problem, what the fuck, man, I'm having the same problem in 2 weeks. And I do something about it because it's obvious for me. And when I do things in the right way, I see like the stars popping up. It's good to see you have actual feedback of your performance. You see it.
Yes.
So having anything, it doesn't have to be like very complex, but doing this kind of review on your performance in a periodical way, for me, it was very good to stay on track and to also feel good about
I love
how.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
I think I
idea.
think I think I think the scoring system is a very amazing idea.
Yeah,
Do you,
yeah.
do you, do you, do you, do you mind like maybe I don't know, you're free to say whatever you want to say. Do you mind actually sharing the scoring
Yes,
system?
yes. I have in mind to create like a free resource about
Maybe
this. Yes,
or
and
or maybe actually like open do like not a coaching session but actually like
a training session or
um
something like that.
a training session, maybe like a master class, if that's how they
Yes,
say it,
yes. I
like when
have
you
that
can
in
do it with
mind.
more people
That would be good.
about the scoring system. And
Yes,
maybe you can do a podcast about this. Like this is actually a great idea.
yes. In fact, there is a podcast episode in which I share a scoring system I did, but it's a bit complex maybe. But it's a scoring system for making decisions. It's different. It's not about a scoring system to evaluate yourself, but it's
Did
about.
I listen to it?
Yes,
I
there
don't know
is.
if I listened to it.
No, no problem, no
I
problem.
listened to only about the morning routine, but I don't think
Mm,
that's the first episode that I listened to.
ah, cool. So well, that would be an idea. Yeah, I mean, you don't need my stuff to do it. You don't need my system. Of course, I can share with you, but it's basically a scoring system, and it has to make sense to you. So, what are the
Mm-hmm.
things that you want to keep yourself accountable for? And the main idea is that you get dopamine hits out of seeing perfect scores. That will be the main idea out of that, and that you are actually having the habit of seeing it every week or whatever is it the schedule you want to make for yourself to check your performance and see how are you doing. The main thing with that is that you will also be facing when you are not doing the things, and you will think, oh, okay, well, I'm not doing the things, and in those cases, the challenge is to just uh, recognize yourself the courage of being aware of what's happening, and then with that information, you can do whatever you want. But it's just having the awareness. Well, that will be like the I don't know, my 2 cents on your situation. I don't know if it makes sense.
I love it. I think I can take a lot with me right now from our the conversations that we
Okay.
had. You mentioned in the beginning something about responsibility is
Mm.
finding a response,
Ah,
reactive, being predictable to a problem and that is coming in the future, and being creative,
yeah, like
responsible
the
in
last
this.
higher level of everything.
It's sadly, we haven't got the time to talk about these, but we kind of talked about accountability. We kind of talked
Mm.
about responsibility. We kind of talked about fear
Mm.
and the desire and the gap between them. We kind of talked about actually
Mm.
making a scoring system and to
Can
actually reflect. Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you. Sorry. Mm.
Yeah, but I don't. It's fine. I'm just like actually reading my notes that I
Ah,
made
okay.
about the conversations that we had,
Okay.
and I find it um, very helpful. I think we can absolutely wrap it at this point.
Okay.
I will take a lot from this conversation. Yes.
Oh, okay, man. Well, I'm glad that you are at least moving forward with getting out of this blockage, and that you see in setting an basic accountability system like a array of like a possible solution for this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, and what we are doing right now, related to what we talk about responsibility, is maybe you were like more in a reactive side at the beginning, like you were like, oh, I have this problem and I just force myself to, I don't know, it happens and I force myself to do it. But right now you are thinking, that didn't work, maybe I can do this differently, and you are like trying to see forward in the future. That's proactive responsibility. You are in the right track, man. That's what I see from this place. So well,
That's amazing. Yeah.
yes, thank you so much. I think we are wrapping up this coaching call, and I'm super happy that you trust me and we could do this together. Well, I think that was it. Anything else to add?
I'm very glad. I'm very happy, and I'm I'm glad that I had this conversation. I think I want to test the waters tomorrow and today. Absolutely.
Great, man. Great. Okay. Thank you for listening, dear audience. See you next time.